Looking to up the energy level in your Sunday school class? Hey, in this video, we'll look at the top 5 fun educational games that will pull your Sunday school group deeper into engagement, laughter, and a whole lot of learning the great truths of God's Word. Watch all the way through because after giving you the details of these top 5 games, I'll share my #1 superpower tip for turning just about any activity into something that kids will jump into. Jeopardy. Yep, the old familiar game. Tape pages to the wall or arrange index cards on a table. You need to make a list of questions from your Bible story, the same number as the cards. To play, form 2 teams, say red team and blue team. The teams take turns choosing cards, earning points with correct answers. Give the cards to the teams to add up and compare afterwards. Add a 500 points row and more questions for older groups. Add categories to cover more than one Bible story. If reviewing stories from previous weeks, be sure to read a summary of the stories just before playing. Here are some key elements for the game of Jeopardy! First of all, it's a great Bible review game. I love to use it on the 5th Sunday to review the previous 4 Sunday Bible stories. It's easy setup. Put cards on the wall or on a table. You can cover any topic. There's no limit there. I like it that there's no photocopying involved. The only downside in setup would be coming up with 16 or 20 questions that you need to play the game. It's great for 3rd grade and up. Connect 4. A plastic tabletop version of this family favorite has been around for decades. If you haven't one, make a poster like this example. If a team correctly answers a question, they tell you where they want you to mark off a space. Remember that gravity is at work. The chosen space must either be on the lowest row or just above a previously marked space. The object is to get 4 in a straight line, up and down, across, or diagonally. 20 questions are enough. Simply repeat the questions if needed. I like this game because not only must Bible questions be answered, team members work together with strategic thinking. The key elements of Connect 4 are exactly the same as for Jeopardy! Great review game, easy setup, you can cover any topics, no photocopying. 20 questions are all you need. You can repeat the questions as necessary while you play. And it is also for 3rd grade and up. Nose Picker. My favorite game by far. This one is not a question and answer game. In fact, no smarts are required. It is purely a game of chance. It starts slow, but it can be a real nail biter. Here's how it works. 15 of these 20 cards are things that you want to discuss, like the many names and titles of Jesus in the Bible, or maybe the miracles Jesus did. The other 5 cards are nose pickers. Teams take turns choosing 1 card each turn. You discuss whatever is on that card. The first team that picks 3 noses loses the game. It gets really nerve-wracking as noses are picked. Nose Picker. Great game. Love this game. It's the most fun to play. It's easy to set up. There are no questions involved, so it's best for fast facts. Communicating a lot of information is what I mean. You can cover any topic. It is a game of chance, which means no one feels like a winner or a loser in this game. I find it's not really great for Bible review. It really is intended to just cover a lot of information in a short amount of time. But one of the great things about this game is you can use it from 1st grade on up. Bible 5 card. A much simpler to prepare version of Bible Bingo. Bible Bingo is a great game. Kids love Bible Bingo, especially young kids. The problem is this: to make your own game of bingo, you need to make a unique card for every single player. And that's way too much work. But I've come up with a simpler version that I call Bible 5 card. You only need 1 bingo card, making 1 copy for the teacher and 1 for every 5 players. If you have more than 5 players, you make more copies as needed. The teacher's copy is cut apart and those cards are drawn randomly each turn. The kids play in groups of 1 to 5 players. Their card has also been cut up and placed in a pile in the middle of the playing surface. Each player takes 5 cards to hold. It does not matter if the cards are seen by the other players. Discuss each card as you, the teacher, draw them. First player to put down all 5 cards wins the game. I think the chief great element of Bible 5 card is it's simply a lot easier to set up than bingo. You can teach any topic. It is mellow gameplay, and by that I mean it's a good game for calming kids down. It still gets them highly involved in the topic and gets them learning, but they're not screaming and shouting and laughing and carrying on. It does need photocopying, and like most of the games here, it is great for third grade on up. Now, just before we get into that superpower tip that gets kids really involved in any educational activity, let's check out one more game, Bible Wars. This is a well-known game that teaches kids how to find their way around the Bible. Again, 2 teams. Every player needs a Bible. The teacher calls out a verse reference. The first kid to find it stands up and reads it aloud. Points are awarded to the team. In Bible Wars, no one is eliminated. To help keep one player from dominating, make it a rule that a player cannot answer twice in a row. And to have mercy on weaker players, let the strong player who cannot answer a second time in a row help the weaker player find the verse. I consider Bible Wars to be practically a necessity to teach in Sunday school because it teaches Bible skills, how to find things in the Bible, the layout of the Bible, and all of that. In fact, I try to use it every week. That doesn't often work because I play it at the end of the lesson, and that sometimes just doesn't happen due to time factor. There can be zero prep, and that's if you're just randomly picking Bible verses. Now, if you have extra time at the end of your lesson, Bible Wars is the perfect way to fill it. It does require a Bible for every player. The rules are simple, however, and is good for 4th grade and higher. Okay, earlier in the video, I said I would share with you my #1 superpower tip for getting kids really into playing almost any kind of educational activity. My tip is based on what we've been doing already. Teams and points. Form 2 teams that are permanent. They last the whole Sunday school year. Red team and blue team, say. The teams do not need to be numerically balanced, so friends can play with friends. Modify any Bible learning activity that can be turned into a 2-player friendly competition. For example, board games such as Chutes and Ladders. You just put it on the wall, great big poster. Concentration. Crossword puzzles even. Hangman. 20 questions. The list goes on. Each time a team wins a game, that team gets points. Points add up as the weeks go by. When you make a habit of this tip, good things happen. There's team spirit. Kids grow closer, more united. Kids want to earn those points, so they try harder to learn what you are teaching. And importantly, they look forward to next Sunday. And here's something I think is really special. A team works as a unit. That means it's okay for team members to discuss what card they want to pick or what answer they want to give in a game. And this is great because it allows shy kids to, quote, hide on their team. The kid is thinking, I don't want to be picked. I get embarrassed. Well, they can just stick with their team and the team can answer. And it doesn't matter because even if a child doesn't answer, they will learn the answers as the games are played. Hey, if you have a special game that works great for you, please tell us about it in the comments below. Watch this video, and I'll see you next time. God bless you.